Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Hey everybody, hi, hello, it's me! It's me, Zachary Marie, and we've made it back, all the way back to covering Rosie again, and this time covering Rosie unrelated to anybody else in Girl World, okay? Because she's recently come back up on my channel because of her interactions with Amber Lynn, the ways that Amber Lynn has talked about her on LolCow. And there are other things going on in Rosie's life that are interesting to me as a concept. Some of them not inherently like problematic, just really fascinating. In particular, her love life, which I think will probably cover a bulk of what we talk about today. But also some of the ways that she has felt, I think maybe some people are feeling like she's being a little bit performative in terms of like speaking out about things that are going on in the world. Not necessarily because she's just speaking out about it, because I do think speaking out about the injustices particularly happening in America, if you're an American, is really important. But the ways that she somehow manages to make those things about her, I think, has rubbed some people the wrong way. And I really am just jumping into things today because I feel like we got a lot to cover, but the first thing I want to talk about is actually from a Patreon live stream that I covered, but I didn't cover this part of it. It happened quite a while ago at this point. I think the original live stream happened on January 20th of 2026, so it has been a little bit since this happened. And in this live stream, at the very end of it, she talks about agoraphobia, which is something she's claimed to have had for, I think, a good chunk of time, for as long as I've been watching her, maybe. But she talks about how her agoraphobia is in particular really bad, and how all of the stuff happening in America right now, in particular in regards to Minnesota and ICE, has been making her agoraphobia worse.
I want to start working on my anxiety around leaving the house. I'm in a phase where my agoraphobia is really bad again. Like, it's really bad. I actually don't remember the last time I walked outside the door of either of my doors. Probably since I went to the courthouse, which was right before Christmas. That was the last time I left the house. I've walked outside to, like, at some point, I did go to, like, a very short walk. But I, just to, like, change of environment. The last time I, like, went somewhere, it's been, oh yeah, I mean, it's been over a month. And I've had opportunity. And I've turned it down because, like, obviously, like, I know I'm not in the terror that's happening in Minnesota, but just like the state of the world and ICE, and I can't really get in depth about it. My mental health can't handle that. But I'm struggling, as are so many people, and I'm struggling also, like, within the knowledge of the privilege I have being white, you know, being English speaking. But what's happening is fucked up. And if any of you follow me on TikTok, I share a lot of stuff in my reposts. Some of it's fun, you know, but I share a lot of serious stuff, resources, firsthand account, what's actually fucking happening. Don't believe the gaslighting of our government. Parts of me want to ignore it sometimes and just not even bring it up at all, but I feel like that's how the Holocaust happened in a lot of ways. The complacency, you know? It's just difficult to cope with the lack of control, like how out of control it makes me feel. I'm powerless. But anyway.
Now let me just say, I think it's reasonable that what is happening with ICE and what's happening in Minnesota and or around the world, because again, ICE has gone into many cities in America, but in particular has obviously done a lot of damage in Minnesota, and it's gotten a lot of attention, right? I think all of those things are obviously very distressing for anybody who has like a shred of humanity in their bodies, right? Like, it's really sad to see these things happening. And also to claim that is like why you yourself cannot come out of your house in Florida as a white person, when we know that Rosie is somebody who rarely leaves her house as it is very interesting. And when it comes to phobias like agoraphobia and anxiety and things like that, I do want to say those things don't always have to feel rational to the other people around you, right? Like, it doesn't have to seem rational, the things that might make you anxious as a person, that might not make other people anxious. I totally get that. I also think it is weird to center your own anxieties in this situation where there are people who are protesting who are dying, there are immigrant families who are being deported, immigrant families who are being separated, torn apart because of the injustices of our government right now. Rosie's sitting her ass at home eating her food on her live streams just like she always has been. To act like this has really made a fundamental change in her life as if she's going out and protesting these things. Because let's face it, if you're not protesting these things actively, or if you're not one of the immigrant families that's impacted by it, chances are you're probably living your life on the regular outside of being really frustrated with our government, perhaps. The other reason I'm bringing this up is that it does have an impact on some of the other things I'm going to talk about today. In particular, Rosie left a community tab post a few days ago, and I'm gonna read it for you because it does have to do with this. Although I will say I'll make a note whilst reading it of a part that she later went to edit. She said, "Recently, I've been throwing myself into my writing. It's been an incredible experience, feeling like myself again in that way. It's brought a lot of joy alongside the stress of life and the chronic pain. I've been battling with how much joy I felt recently within the paradigm of the true pain, anguish, and disgust I feel with what is happening in the world. I'm finding it really hard to go on live and act like everything is normal and okay in the wake of the release of the files, the state of our country, especially in Minnesota, which she previously typed as Missouri, okay? She previously wrote down Missouri instead of Minnesota. She went back and edited it so that it would say Minnesota after a lot of people pointed out that's a really weird mistake to be making here, Diva. The state of America as a whole and the general societal apathy, lack of action, and powerlessness. It's hard to just sit in my kitchen and cook and keep with the status quo. If I don't shake up my life for the better, I'm going to go insane." So, keep all of that in mind, right? Like the world is just not great. The world is just awful right now. So, please make sure to follow and stay following my free Patreon account to get updates on my future writings. I have a ton of poetry, but I'm about to expand my different styles of writings and only share some with the public as I formulate my different styles and projects. I'm ready to start living who I've always wanted to be, who I've been and suppressed. Linked here. I'll be live again soon, but how I operate on the internet is in transition. I'm not going back to how things were last year. I'm done with that. And then what the gag is I had seen this post, but I hadn't read through the whole post, okay? And I thought that she had shared screenshots of some of her poetry, because this post includes screenshots of poetry. Turns out I should have read all the way through because she did have a disclaimer that said picture credit is not my own writing. I just wanted some photos attached to this post, and these are very recent screenshots that I love and I find inspiring and painfully relatable to chronic pain. So she's so thrown into the depths of writing and the depths of writing poetry that she didn't even have examples of her own poetry to share to advertise as Patreon. She used somebody else's work to advertise her Patreon. Oh, and she also used what's happening in the world in America to advertise her Patreon. So again, you're starting to get and understand that there's a sense of, how do I make this all about me? How do I center myself in like the awful things happening in the world? And there's certainly, again, like as somebody who's talked about these things on the internet, who cares about these things, like certainly I prefer her speaking up to her just staying silent about it. But it is interesting, don't you think, in the ways that she, like, will talk about it, but then make it about her immediately? One of the other things that you're going to find really interesting coming up, and the things we're about to watch, is that a lot of this poetry and stuff like that is inspired by this man that she recently started talking to. And I'm going to give you A quick too long didn't watch because I haven't covered this extensively on my channel by any means. I actually have been really enjoying just getting to watch Rosie's stuff with some of my friends while we game. So I also will say, going into the clips and stuff that we're going to watch today, I actually have already watched both of these live streams to different extents. There may be some things that I missed because, again, we're like gaming and stuff like that while watching. So not all of this is going to be like a genuine first time reaction. But what you need to know, Rosie met this man, and by met, I mean he emailed her. They haven't actually met in real life, at least yet. Stay tuned. And Rosie met this man, and he had emailed her. Well, originally she just said that he reached out because he had seen some old content of hers. And I think for a lot of people that's like, oh, so you saw the adult content. You saw the old adult content because it was like old content that wasn't on YouTube. But more recently, she started saying that he saw a podcast that she was on and reached out to her because of that, allegedly, supposedly. Girl, I don't really know. I feel like there's probably more to the story. She mentioned that she has like answered emails or answered the email he sent her, and that he was like maybe surprised that that was a thing that she would do. Which I also agree. Like, Rosie's always talking about randos emailing her and not being sure if they're trolling or not. And I'm like, girl, why are you just trusting, like, all of these people having good intentions in your email? Like, I don't understand, but maybe that's neither here nor there. Anyways, all of this to say, he's been a real inspiration to her. And so we are going to watch some clips now of some compiled clips from some live streams from her past, like, maybe couple that she's done on YouTube. Which, by the way, I don't think she's gone live on Twitch, even though I assume people are still giving her money over there. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, so thank you to the channel Aren't You Exhausted? I think I've referenced them once before in a live stream or a video at some point. But they cover Rosie. Full disclosure, I think that they actually have met Rosie before in real life. At one point, I think there's some backstory where they had like a bunch of extra plus size clothing, and back when they still liked Rosie, they lived in the same area, and so they exchanged some of their like extra plus size clothing with Rosie. But they've since gone on to make a lot of content about Rosie. That's my understanding of who they are as a channel. I'll leave them linked down below because I don't know if they've always done these recaps of her live streams. I know they go live a lot and cover her live streams, but they just happened to post some highlights of the past 2 live streams, and I thought that would be fun for us to watch. Again, I have actually watched the majority of these live streams in my own time, so not all of this is going to be like brand new to me, but I figured it might help as an introduction to just see how wild this new love interest in Rosie's life has made her. And by wild, I mean like, I don't know. I am heavily, maybe it's because Valentine's Day is coming up. I am very amused by just how smitten she is, and also just very amused by how like quick she's going through these partners, because we've already moved on from Corby, we've already moved on from Blue Bear, Jeff, whoever, whatever. It's just so interesting. And again, she's never met this guy in real life. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and let's just start watching some clips. I don't need to sit here and ramble forever about this. All right, so this first stream, the context of what you need to know about what's going on is she marketed this live stream as a body double with me live stream, which body doubling, if you don't know, at least what I've been learning in terms of just recently being diagnosed with ADHD. Are y'all tired of me bringing that up? It's like a thing where it's like, oh, you have somebody who's working in tandem with you and you both get more work done because you're working with somebody else. That's like a very watered down explanation of it as a concept. And in this live stream, while she's writing like her poetry and stuff, her man, Remy the rat, that's just a nickname, by the way, that's not his real name, But Remy is playing piano over a Discord voice chat while she works on her writing. So that's your context. Let's get to.
Hi, everyone. Welcome in.
Hi.
I think I might be technically a minute late. I have my reasons. Not liking the stream is a moral sin, by the way. Clock that t-shirt. I was like kind of rushing last minute because I had an issue. My Discord was running a little slow. I had to fix it real quick, and I started setting up 10 minutes early. To be honest, last night, not so good. But you know what? We persevere, bitches. That's what we're doing here.
Is this sped up? I don't think I have her sped up. I don't know if Aren't You Exhausted speeds her up. She sounds so out of breath.
But I want to go get my laptop charger because I feel like Discord runs better and my laptop will run better if it's connected to Powerade. So I do want to say,
Oh yeah, this is where she was. Girls, she loves a pizza roll, which, like, can you blame her? I love a pizza roll too. But the amount, she gets some pizza rolls as a snack. Girls, divas. She loves a pizza roll.
Currently on Discord call with me. He's still getting set up because his computer was also being dumb at the same time my computer was being dumb. Because Discord's just being dumb recently, and I'm not here for that. I may or may not talk. But today's live is going to be a bit of a different style. I'm going to love to see what you guys think and feel about it. I'm going to be trying. I haven't seen the halftime show. It sounds like it was a really awesome situation. I actually didn't know who Bad Bunny was until yesterday, to be honest. I'm very curious to look into it.
Love when Rosie comes on and has an opinion about, I guess to be fair, she's saying, like, I don't necessarily have an opinion, but I feel prepared to hear her have an opinion about something she might not know a lot about. Let's go.
At some point. But I don't know, so I don't want to speak on something that I don't know, but it sounded like a really beautiful, amazing performance, and especially in light of what's going on in the world. How's my friend doing today?
That's what I mean. It's like, okay, if you don't know, that's fine. And also, it was a really beautiful, amazing performance. Loved it. I really enjoyed it. But it's just like, you don't have to have an opinion on something. You could just say, hey, I didn't watch it.
He's doing good. He may answer that later, I don't know. Are you planning on cooking tonight? Air frying pizza rolls, babe, and peeling an orange. Expert chef quality material here tonight in the Department of Food. I didn't even finish what I was saying earlier. I'm gonna be writing. Remy is gonna be playing.
I think it just feels faster because what I'm guessing Aren't You Exhausted did was just cut out a lot of the pauses. Like, she is somebody who, like, says 3 words, takes a pause, says another 3 words. So I feel like it just feels sped up because I think that's what happened here.
Piano. Because it's less than a week ago. Just he had mentioned being able to play the keyboard and piano, and I was like, oh. And then he showed me one night, and my jaw hit the fucking floor, and he was like, I'm really rusty, I'm not very good, and then he fucking blew me away. And I was like, this is amazing. But he's very adamant this is not his best work, and that's why he's been ever since that day, he's been practicing every day again. And it's been really nice, because there's been multiple times he's played the piano until I fell asleep, and it was just... we live, we laugh, we love.
We live, we laugh, we love, we throw up. She keeps forgetting the full saying. She keeps forgetting the whole entire saying. We live, we laugh, we throw up. Because you've known this man for like a month, and it seems like he can't do anything wrong. It's very weirdly to me.
Obsessed. And so I thought, because also some of my best writing happened when he was playing the piano, but also the other night when he was playing Clone Hero, he was playing rock music, I got like angry poem out, and it was pretty sick. It's actually, I think that poem is going to be, I mentioned this on my Patreon, because, so right now my Patreon is free. I'm not, at this time, doing any kind of paid tiers for anything.
Sure.
Unless you're already in and you want to stay in for what?
She said, unless you want to keep spending money on me for nothing. Unless you want to. Which is also people's prerogative. But it is funny. It is really funny. Part of me is like, why not just, at this point, if it's free, start putting it here on your YouTube channel, to start rebuilding up some content so that when you do reapply for monetization, there's stuff there. Like, if you're gonna go and put content on your Patreon about, like, writing and poetry and stuff like that, then why not just put it over here? Especially if you're trying to rebrand away from content that's about food, you know? But no, y'all go over... There's so much bad happening in the world. Go check out her free Patreon.
I'm gonna start converting my Patreon too, because I finally figured out what I want to do with it.
Okay.
It just kind of hit me the other day.
Sure.
So for now, again, free. You can go follow me. No payments, just free. So I'm gonna start treating it like a blog and a place to share some of my written material, because a lot of it I'm gonna be keeping close to the nest, close to the heart.
Sure.
And I'm gonna...
It's important you keep your poetry close to your heart. It's important. Also, wasn't the reason that she stopped making Patreon content is because she felt like she was dropping too many balls? She was dropping all the balls, you know? I don't understand how this helps her. Because still, like, let me just go make sure, but she's still neglecting Twitch, from what I recall, which is, like, also her prerogative. And I think at this point people... Oh, wait, I was going to go look, but I forgot. She does, in fact, have me blocked, so I don't even think I could see when she did her last stream. But, you know, it's like she's still neglecting these things that are important. So I don't understand.
I know what I want my first post to be. I've actually already written it. It's pretty long.
Oh, wow.
And it's basically about moving on. I just don't know how it's going to be received. So I'm going to wait till next week. So I'm gonna be writing.
I gotta be so honest with you. I can't wait. One thing, listen, things that I've never really been a fan of is poetry, because, like, I've just never really gotten it. It's not a lot of poetry resonates with me. There have been some instances of it. Actually, you know who really a lot of their poetry speaks to me? Andrea Gibson. They were a queer spoken word artist, and they just put out a documentary basically kind of about the end of their life. It's on Apple TV. I think it's called Come See Me Where the Light Is, or The Good Light Is, or something like that. It was such a moving documentary. It's few and far between when it comes to poetry where it, like, moves me, because I'm not good at interpreting poetry. I'm not good at, like, getting the stuff. I take a lot of things literally. So it's just really hard for me. But I love reading some poetry from people who think that they're really deep. Kind of like, if you go back far enough on my channel, I did some poetry book reviews of both of Gabby Hanna's poetry books. I actually still own them. They're sitting on a bookshelf. I haven't cracked one open in a minute. So I can't wait to give some of my thoughts and opinions about Rosie's beautiful, beautiful poetry. I actually, if I recall correctly, I think she does read one out during this live stream. I don't know if Aren't You Exhausted includes it, but I think she does. Anyways, it sounds like we've gotten to the part where Remy starts playing music in the background.
Let me get my writing set up. Let me know if my talking is annoying or throwing you off too, Remy.
It's not annoying at all, but thank you. Hello.
Hi. I wasn't sure if you were going to talk.
Well, here I am. I am, in fact, Remy. And for those of you who...
Look how giddy she is. Don't you all just love? Don't you all just... She's so giddy.
I remember listening to the song that I was playing. That was I believe it's Dearly Beloved by Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yeah, it was from Kingdom Hearts. I remember, because as soon as he started playing it, listen, my ex loved Kingdom Hearts. I heard that song so many times. So many times. Actually, to be honest with you, hearing Remy play the piano, I was like, yeah, this is fine. This is cute. You're not bad at it. Like, I can tell the songs you're trying to play as long as I know them from, like, a lot of them were, like, from video games and stuff. One thing I do want to note is she has talked pretty extensively about wanting to keep this relationship close to her. I feel like the internet already knows more about this man than either Corby or Jeff / Blue Bear. Like, he's fully has his voice out on her live stream right now, you know? So, like, you're gonna hear her talk about it, where she's like, oh, I'm keeping this close to my chest. She's not. She's not. She's too giddy. She's too giddy to keep it to herself.
The soundtrack?
Yes, but I figured I'd take this time to introduce myself. I am the Remy that she has been talking about. I am the friend. Spoilers. And so I've been playing piano for a long time. But in recent years, I haven't been playing because of just life stuff. And so I'm gonna throw out a quick disclaimer. I'm not perfect. I'm probably gonna mess up. I'm a bit rusty, so...
Honestly, I haven't seen her look so happy about something in a while. My reservations about this, though, are that this is a random stranger that you've known for like a month, Diva, and you're letting him get you this excited. But live your truth, Diva. Glad to see you so happy.
But he doesn't. He also.
Please.
I need to brag on him for 2 seconds because he does it all from memory. He doesn't read off sheet music as he's playing. So you guys should know that too.
He's so good.
I'm self-taught.
He's also self-taught.
Oh,
he knows
wow.
ball exactly. Sunlight. Yeah, it's Kingdom
He's
Hearts.
amazing.
That was the first song he played for me when he played the piano. I almost fell to the floor. It was great. I know he's so hard on himself. He misses one note and he's like, it's ruined. And I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not, Remy. You're so perfect. You're perfect. Even your imperfections are perfect. You miss a note and it's still great, Remy. Nobody's doing it like you. Honestly, truly, love that time in a new relationship where you're just like, oh, I love you so much you can't do anything wrong.
Dude, no one will know that.
I will admit, I am not used to... I've never had a YouTube channel before. I've never been very open publicly about, especially on the internet. So this is my first time doing anything like this.
Okay.
So
I started writing this next portion of the paper on my phone, so I need to transition it over to the Word. Because sometimes I'm more in the mood to type on my phone. I feel like
the paper.
I feel like sometimes I just flow better when I'm typing with my thumbs. Because I'm a fast fucking texter. I'm like, do-do-do-do-do. I fucking fly on the keyboard. He seems like a natural at this, so confident.
let's see. So there is another game that I really like the soundtrack to, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles.
Okay.
That game has some of the best video game music
Sure.
I have heard next to Chrono Trigger.
I think there was a song from that game that was one of the ones where I was like, holy shit.
Are you talking about this song?
Ooh, I really like this song. So I wrote this today, and I hope.
Wait. I forgot that she reads the poem out while she has his music, like his piano music in the background. Yes, let's go. Give it to me, Rosie. I think this is it. I think this is where she reads the poem. Are you ready? When I tell you it's a bunch of fucking word salad, get ready.
I'm only doing a minor edit. I get really nervous when I share my writing online.
Let's go.
But the title of this is called The Expectation of Silence. Discomfort when shared through the means of spoken declaration draws attention to the neglected emotions of those who pray for your silence. Compliance yields to the space of wishes
Yes.
of those with the illest intentions. It fosters their need for the illusion of control and the actions they project on parasocial puppets.
The parasocial puppets took me out. She fucking, ever since I came out and called her a parasocial weirdo, I feel like she has not let that word go. I feel like she has not let that word go. She said the parasocial puppets. And then I was like, is that about me? Is this poem about me? But then everything else in this poem is just a bunch of random words. I don't know if Aren't You Exhausted will show it, but Rosie spent so much of this stream while she was writing just looking up words in the thesaurus to find a word that sounded bigly. That sounded like an SAT word, like a GRE word, like something you have to just like know that doesn't necessarily resonate with like the everyday person. So God knows if this is really about me, but I'm just gonna say it is. If Rosie can make everything in the world about her, I can make Rosie's poem about me. You feel me?
Chronic in its innate nature of cylindrical repetition, reliable in its boring predictability, it brings forth an addictingly stressful comfort, never ending in its persistent presence.
Absolutely.
Pain not only lives in your head, but it permeates through your bones, muscles, being. Its honesty reflects a fundamental truth that they care more about their own comfort than your pain.
Your uncomfort. They care more about your uncomfort than their pain. And then you just have the do, 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 do. Well, that's not what the piano sounded like, but you know, just imagine. Do, 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 do in the background. Ah! Chef's kiss! Chef's kiss. Imagine the kind of content we could be getting from Amber Lynn if she really put out her writing like this. Imagine the content where Tommy the feeder wasn't just a feeder, but also played piano and was hyping up Amber Lynn and her bad poetry. And I was like, come on, babe, after you get done eating that 20-piece chicken nugget, start reading some of your poetry, and I'll play the piano in the background for you. I know that people feel like Rosie Lynn Reed is the Temu version of Amber Lynn. But I do live for this kind of shit. Yes, get into the fantasy that you are the best writer out there. I fucking live.
Today, so fun, by the way, loved it.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I was in the middle of a passionate point when you stopped playing, so I apologize.
Yeah, so Mad Girls Love Song says, this fingerwork on the piano is quite clean, yet simultaneously resonant. You must have had quite a bit of instruction early on. Actually, I've had very little instruction. Most of what I know about piano is self-taught. I figured out the fingering and everything myself.
Oh, he figured out the fingering. I know Rosie's ready. Rosie said, oh, you know the fingering? No, but she is so smitten hearing or like reading people in her chat like praising this man. She was so ready to put this man on display.
Just playing around. My grandma was actually a piano teacher, and she did give me some lessons, but they weren't consistent, so...
Oh, so you weren't entirely self-taught. You literally had a grandma that was a piano teacher. Okay. All right, then.
Or you just, like, you wake up in the morning and just straight to the piano and start messing around with it. So...
Remy's playing piano. I'm writing my self-assigned paper. Vibes are vibing.
My self-assigned paper. That's something hopefully we'll also see in the second stream clips. But she's apparently so into philosophy right now because he's so into philosophy, allegedly. And she is, for Valentine's Day, her gift to him is her writing a paper about philosophy. I said, girl, go to school. Girl, go to school. We're writing papers. Are you, like, what? What?
Just chill vibes. I'm just here for anyone that wants to hang out with me while I'm here. It's the same time here for me too, Michelle. I'm on the same time zone as you. This has been what my life's been offline. It's been really wonderful.
This is what my life's been like offline. Girl, what do you do all day? You currently don't have a job. Like, this is what your life is? What does he do? What does he do that y'all could just sit in Discord calls together all day? Because also, mind you, this guy, I guess, apparently created this whole Discord channel for just the two of them. God forbid something happens with their relationship and this man leaks the whole Discord to everybody. That would be just crazy. crazy. But apparently this is her whole life outside of the internet. And I'm just like, what do you do all day? Like, quite truly.
Obviously there's not wonderful things happening too, but this is what I'm trying to focus on. I'm so grateful for this.
Yeah.
For our friendship. Oh, I wasn't muted! Sorry.
talking?
Oh, so she accidentally wasn't muted while he was playing and saying all of that. That's what she's freaking out about.
Oops, my bad. You weren't supposed to hear that.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm chilling.
I know. Anyway, I'm still vibing. Saying that. I love that.
While we're on the topic of famous quotes and water, there is a quote from Bruce Lee, and one of his most famous quotes is, he says, "Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is so cringe. I live. She's just ready to co-sign anything this man says. It's so cringe. It's giving high school romance. And mind you, Rosie's in her 30s. Which, whatever, live your truth. How am I to tell one how to love? Love the way you want to be loved, diva.
We watched that. There's a 1971 interview with Bruce Lee on the Phil Something talk show where he traveled to Hong Kong and interviewed Bruce Lee. It was really, really interesting. I had no idea how interesting of a person Bruce Lee was until I met Remy. He studied philosophy. He's basically a philosopher that was into the martial arts.
Oh, wow.
He was a Hollywood actor and died tragically young is essentially what it summarized in a short sentence.
Sure.
And I'm gonna be diving more into Bruce Lee too. I was like just watching him talk, his facial expressions. He's so dynamic and interesting, and it was really interesting because I realized I was like, holy shit, that interview was from 55 years ago, and it's like black and white, and it was just really interesting, and it just aged surprisingly well.
I can tell you learned so much from it because you've described Bruce Lee as interesting at least 1,200 times, but added no more context. Added barely any additional context. Oh, was it interesting? It sounds like it was interesting.
The interview itself aged surprisingly well, I'd say. Yeah, I accidentally typed Missouri in my post, and some people decided to take that as an opportunity to make it about dogging on me instead of, I don't know, the atrocities happening in Minnesota, and I mixed up words because I have an undiagnosed learning disability because I couldn't afford the $100 copay to get diagnosed. Sorry. Whatever, man. People are they're desperate to find ways to put me down and make me feel inferior. And
See, and this is the part, I think she claims that her undiagnosed learning disability is dyslexia. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what she goes on to say. And I don't know. I feel like it would have just been so much easier to just be like, hey, I typed the wrong state. But if there's one thing about Rosie, it's that she has a lot of undiagnosed diagnoses. And certainly there's probably a conversation to be had about access to healthcare and who can get access to being treated and things like that. But it is interesting. It is interesting because for me personally, I don't know that prior to this that I knew that I know a lot about other things that she claims she has that are undiagnosed. But I don't know that prior to this that I was aware that she had an undiagnosed learning disability. Nor am I entirely convinced that dyslexia is something that would impact you like saying Missouri instead of Minnesota. Like that wasn't my understanding of how dyslexia works, but I also don't have it, nor am I an expert, so I couldn't tell you for sure. I mostly just think it's interesting that like she couldn't just say, hey, I made a mistake. You know, that for me and my family, that's what I thought was interesting.
It's like that's where I'm at in life. Someone asked when I did it because apparently, according to my comments, I make my pain my personality, so I was trying to not put too much focus on that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. Remy, thank you so much for doing this with me.
I don't know if she makes her pain her personality, but she does talk about her pain a lot. It is something constantly she's talking about. So I don't think it's necessarily a crazy thing for somebody to say, because she mentions it almost every time she's live, which may be the case if she's actually in pain, you know? Like, it's hard to... I've been talking a lot about back pain I've had lately, but I'm just old, I think, is my problem.
Honestly, had a blast. I'm hitting a point where I need to go lay down, so... I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and Remy, and
I got you, girl.
For those of you that stuck around and enjoyed this for what it was and participating in my self-indulgence, I really appreciate it.
My self-indulgence, that's exactly what this is.
This was really fun, and I would love to do this again sometime.
Ooh.
Absolutely. You'll be back, I'm sure.
Ooh.
But you're going to be around for a while. But anyway, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening wherever you are, and stay true. Bye, guys.
All right. Oh, it just started over. Sorry. So that was a live stream from the 9th of February. And what was I going to say about that? There was something else. Oh, one thing that I don't think was in that live stream highlight that I remember from that particular live stream was somebody... So she spent a lot of time talking about how she's transitioning her content to try to get away from food, and that this is going to be reflective of what her content will look like moving forward. And there was somebody in her chat named Mel's. It was like a longer thing, but she refers to the person as Mel's. And Mel's was like, hey, like, just my feedback as somebody who's watched for a long time. Well, I don't think she said that, but they are somebody who's watched for a long time. They're like, I don't know if this content's for me. Like, I don't know if I really like it. No disrespect, essentially. And Rosie got, like, really upset about it. And I do think that's interesting. I do think that's interesting as a concept, because it's like, girl, this is a person who supported you for a really long time and was just giving you some honest feedback and was like, yeah, maybe you sitting over here gooning. Well, she wasn't gooning. Well, she kind of was gooning. You sitting over here gooning over your internet boyfriend is kind of silly. All right, let me pull up the next stream highlights. It is the one from literally, I think, just yesterday. It was called Let's Make Quiche and Celebrate My Bro Hitting Twitch Affiliate, which that is something that her brother's doing. Her brother Levi has been streaming on Twitch. I don't really care to talk about Levi as much unless it's like really important to her nonsense, just because he seems like a relatively innocent bystander in all of this. But this was, I believe, just yesterday, this live stream happened. So let's get to.
It's really hard right now, Valentine's Day coming up. What's hard? What exactly is hard about Valentine's Day? Wait, what did Light Pink say? Hold up. Oh, there's a big test tomorrow? Good luck, dude. Happy to have you here. Being single. Oh, girl, I know. I was single for almost 5 years, man. I feel you.
What?
It's hard being happy about my love life in this world we live in.
Oh.
I relate to that. I in a way, I do. Not all of us have a Remy. I understand. I took an Ativan before I went live today.
Not all of us have a Remy. Not all of us have this amazing man in our life like you, Rosie. Her chat just really be gassing her up, hyping her up, glazing her up.
I don't know what's going on with my anxiety, but I'm not going to dive too deep into that because I want to stay in this vibe, but I'm struggling with anxiety, I think, is one of the reasons I've not been as consistent. And I've realized, I think one thing that's helping me is, like, I think I was just really dead set on trying to make the platform hopping that I was doing work. Spoiler alert, it wasn't.
It wasn't, and it's still not going to if you're living in this world where you're gonna start posting your poetry over on Patreon for people. That's what I don't understand, why we're adding another layer back to Patreon again. It doesn't make no sense to me. The other thing that is so fascinating to me is that in the context of her being able to post content and things like that, she wants to talk about, like, how tough her personal life is outside of this. But then she'll come on to the internet in some spaces, in some capacity, and be like, my life's never been greater. I love Remy. Remy's made my life so amazing. And that's not to say, again, like I was talking about earlier, like anxiety doesn't have to be rational, right? Like it doesn't have to make sense. And you can flip-flop between those things. But I do think people look at it suspicious when you're only using your anxiety and stuff as an excuse for why you're not posting content, but then seemingly everything else in your life is amazing. I do think, just for the record, Rosie struggles a lot with mental health related stuff. So I don't want to discount that. I don't necessarily think that she is using it just as an excuse to get out of stuff. What I really want to say is that I think she's overplaying giving maybe too much credit to how much Remy has, like, improved her life in so many types of way, because I think the reality is that she's probably struggling overall, and more so than she is happy. But then, because she's so smitten with Remy, she wants to act like this guy has, like, fixed all of these things in her life for her.
So far, the only hint I've actually really given is it's not a physical item. Can you write you a song? Oh, no, that'd be sick as fuck, though. Honestly, it's better. The gift is better. It's really excited about what the gift is going to lead to.
Oh, this is important. This is the gift that Remy's getting her for Valentine's Day. Okay. just wait for it.
Roses for Rosie. That's cute. No, he didn't. I guess it's not a physical item. Taylor. No. Yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up. It's okay. Probable. I shared too much. I was gonna wait to talk about this until after Valentine's Day, but I said something without realizing what the follow-up questions were gonna be.
I'm sure.
So
she's like, I said too much. I shouldn't have started a conversation about what he was getting me for Valentine's Day.
Because he had to talk to me before he could actually make the gift happen, so he couldn't really surprise me with it. I'll just tell you guys, fuck it, it's too late. I fucked it up. He got me the tickets to fly to see him. That's my Valentine's Day gift.
So Miss Ma'am, who, and this is why I started this video the way I did. Miss Ma'am, who's, my agoraphobia has been so bad. My agoraphobia has been awful. I'm so worried because of the state of the world. Like, I just don't want to leave my house because, all the stuff happening with ICE. Oh, all of that is suddenly magically erased because this man, this Discord dick you've been getting, wants you to see this in real life, get this in person. Like, that's the part of all of this that's like, I'm not saying she doesn't have mental stresses, mental capacity, like mental illness impacting the way she lives her life. I'm just saying, like, wow, it sure is convenient for her in certain situations. I'm trying to be understanding because I realize that, like, I do hear the juxtaposition of, like, Amber Lynn suggesting that I was, like, only taking a break from the internet when I was just using my mental health as a convenient thing or whatever. But it is interesting, don't you think, that, like, she's gone on these long monologues about ICE and how unsafe she feels and scared she is to leave her house. She hasn't left her house. She hasn't even stepped foot outside of it. But now all of a sudden she can just set all of that behind her and get on a plane and go visit this man she's never met before. Again, anxiety doesn't always have to be rational. But maybe it is okay for us to point out that this isn't rational. You know?
I wasn't going to tell you for a minute, but I fucked up. I'm really excited. I know, I'm really excited. Because I had a feeling, when we were talking about Valentine's Day, one day I got this thought in my head, because, like, we're really connected in a lot of ways, and I remember thinking, I was like, there's no way. No, not first class. I'm actually excited, because I think I want to film a video unrelated to the actual trip itself. I want to make a video comparing my experience flying Southwest pre and post the changes to the personal size policy that happened last month.
Uh-huh.
So I want to, at some point, formulate a video about that. So document some things and all of that stuff. But we're at the point right now where it's like...
Oh,
there's one...
She's, if it wasn't apparent, she's making a quiche. I guess maybe I already said that, but she's making a quiche during the span of the, like, nearly 3 hours that she was live streaming for.
One thing preventing us from figuring out what directions is going in, and that's being in the same room together, and he made it happen.
He made it happen. He said, "We're gonna find out if I like you in person. This is what it's all relying on. You better make a good impression, Miss Rosie."
I appreciate the guy that can make things happen. It's his idea, not mine. Well, obviously I wanted it to happen, but I'm saying too much. I don't know how active I'll be. I have a feeling, based on what I know about, especially for the time frame I'm going to be there for, I think there may be opportunities for me to do a stream by myself or film some stuff, but that's not where my brain's going to be at. I'm going to be focused.
And trust, I really want that content. I will be watching that content if she goes live from his home or the hotel she's staying at or wherever she might be. Would love that content. But again, I just want to emphasize that we knew less about people like Jeff/Blue Bear, and the internet learned way too much about him way too quickly. During this live stream, she says multiple times, like, I know you guys aren't so used to me being so reserved about romance and stuff like that. Girl, you're already talking about potentially filming and or going live while you're visiting him. He was just on your live stream. His voice, he was in a Discord call with you and people heard his voice. Like, what do you mean?
Focused on other things. Keep it real. But and also just because of how long I'll be traveling for, I may involve it at some point. Are you staying with him for a while? I mean, I'm gonna be there for a hot minute. Not crazy long, but I think long enough for us to make some decisions. Missy practice. I will talk about it when I am allowed to. When dates are announced, when it's publicly accessible information. Until then, I can't speak on it.
I don't know. I think that might have been about the Vegas stuff. Whatever she was, like, doing or filming in Vegas.
It's happening. Told you guys it was going to be a long time. What's a hot minute? A bit longer than a cold one. Oh, I'm going to cook for Remy.
She's so funny.
I have the menu planned. I'm excited. I'm hyped, actually.
Planning a menu already. This is romance. I can't imagine, like, Rosie cooking for me. That would be so romantical. Is she gonna make a mess out of his kitchen too? Is she just gonna throw some trash on the floor next to the trash can, next to the bin instead of in it? He's so lucky. Remy, you really got a good one.
One thing is something I've never made before, so that's making me a little nervous. But I'm gonna slow cook barbecue pulled pork in his slow cooker. I'm gonna make Teeny's mac and cheese.
Work.
I'm gonna make my bacon green beans.
Work.
I'm gonna make grape salad. And I'm gonna make the no-bake Oreo cheesecake. And
that grape salad. If you don't know the grape salad lore, she took that over for Jeff and Jeff's family, I think, before she got dicked down by Jeff, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that grape salad. They loved it. Everybody loved it.
Then I'm gonna make the full batch sizes of everything and break down the leftovers for him to freeze and have when I'm gone.
I'm not convinced. Like, I feel like she's trying to make it like, oh, this is so sweet. Like, he's gonna have food to eat for me even after I'm gone. But Miss Rosie just doesn't have an understanding of how to cook small portions, I don't think. Like, if you've ever watched her cook, she always cooks a shit ton of food at one time. I just don't think she has the capacity, like, to know what a reasonable serving size for 2 people looks like. She only knows how to cook a shit ton of food at once, and I find it so fascinating.
The grapes will eat together while I'm there, but everything else freezes really good. So it's a barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese meal with bacon green beans and the side of the grape salad that I want him to try.
Wow.
So that's what I'm gonna make. I also will probably at some point prep him this quiche to freeze.
Oh,
because
sure.
it'll last him forever. After grape salad.
Also, I don't know that I would want Rosie's food to last me forever, because she's always pulling shit out of her fridge and sniffing it and is unclear if it's good or not. Like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Grape salad is so good. Exactly. A way to a man's heart is through his stomach, as they say. Yup. I accidentally let it slip earlier, so I just went ahead and told y'all what he got me for Valentine's Day. So, hello, No Madness. Are you the reaction channel, No Madness? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I cook for him will last him a long time. Because he's
right.
On the more slender side. I talked to my therapist today for more about him for the first time, because I was a little nervous too, honestly, just because I didn't know how she'd react. And I opened up to about how I was.
Maybe we should talk to her. Well, first of all, I'm so fascinated that you're regularly seeing a therapist, but this is the first time this man has come up. Like, that's interesting to me. But also, maybe that's because there's more pertinent things to be talking about with your therapist. But here we are. Here we are.
Feeling about certain things, but I was expressing being nervous about doing that. And she goes, "Who cares what other people think? Just be happy." And I was like,
right.
You're right.
Right.
She was like, "Just enjoy yourself."
Right.
So then I shared more stuff with her, but I am done with Girl World. Remy said the most incredible thing to me too.
I'm done with Girl World. Keep that in mind too. Keep that in mind. I assume that since Aren't You Exhausted left that clip in, that means that they're going to include another clip where they demonstrate that Rosie is very much not done with Girl World. Which, like, I think we all knew. I think we all know she's going to continue to find her way over to the Girl World planet, but here we are.
Today, he was driving home from somewhere with blaring music, and he told me he had this thought he wanted to share with me. He was like, if people are going to be unapologetic haters, then I'm going to be an unapologetic lover or something like that. I think he worded it slightly different than that, but basically just like putting that on its head. And I was like, oh my God, I love that.
Oh, that man is so deep. Remy the Rat is so deep.
Unapologetically love myself. He might not have said lovers. I'd have to, I think we wrote it down in the server, but when I'm not covered in raw bacon, I'll pull up exactly what he said. I was like, damn. I was like, I really like that. Shit. I agree. So that's so profound. That's how I felt. You sound so romantic and intelligent. You have no idea. There's so much I haven't told y'all. And I could, just to brag, but it's between us. So, well, I actually told him
Y'all don't even know. I haven't even told you all. And I would, to brag. Well, girl, you've been bragging. Girl, you've been bragging. What do you mean? You've been bragging, diva. I also just want to say, look how fucking close she is to the stove while she cooks this bacon. It is so wild to me as a concept. As somebody who's cooked bacon on the stovetop before, like, girl, are you not worried that that's gonna pop out? That grease ain't gonna splatter all over you?
I mean, last night, what I'm planning to do to give him, because it was relevant to something else going on. So I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Let's talk about it.
I don't really got money like that to really give a gift that I feel is even a tenth of the gift he gave me. He had the nerve to tell me that he thought that the gift I gave him was better than the gift he gave me. And I looked at him like he had 6 heads. Because I was like, what the fuck are you saying? That's crazy.
You've got 1 leg, I've got 17! Or whatever it was that Amber Lynn had said, except now we're talking about heads.
That project I was working on in that live, I'm writing he said that too, Buddha. But I'm writing a paper. My first ever paper in APA format, discussing what I believe are my 6 core principal philosophies principal points of relationships. And I knew he would love it, and I was right, because he's just that kind of guy.
Maybe it's just my own personal, like, education fatigue, because, you know, infamously I have 2 degrees. But the concept of writing somebody an APA formatted essay to show my love for them, girl, yuck. We live, we laugh, we love, we throw the fuck up. 'Cause why? 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 I also want to see these sources she's citing for this. I want to check the APA, actually. Let me go double check and make sure you're formatting that right, Diva. Please. Please. And listen, in APA, I don't know if they let you reference, like, random snark subreddit posts, okay? I don't know if that's part of the goal here. I don't know if you can reference a reaction channel you definitely don't watch but do, you know?
And I was like, and also I just think he's the kind of guy that likes the fact that I'm doing something that's challenging myself.
Oh, yeah.
And expanding on my skills and using that as a gift towards him. So that's what we're working on.
He's totally that kind of man.
On a Rose Live. But yeah, my anxiety, I think, is just kind of making me feel off today. I took an Ativan and it helped, but
okay.
What I like personally, because like I take Ativan when I'm feeling, only when I'm like, it's my like break glass in case of emergency solution. I'm starting to feel like it's making me a little tired because it helps me sleep. It's not like, I don't consider it like a sleep medication. It helps me sleep.
Girl, I can't even judge. I've been there. I've been there. I would hate to see the compilation of clips from me on Twitch where I'm like yapping about something and then I just totally lose all train of thought. Perfect.
Yeah, so it helps me.
She'll get that later. Fuck that thing.
As it reduces the anxiety that's generally what's keeping me awake and feeling my insomnia. So it does help sleep, but it's not like a sleep aid like melatonin is or other things.
Sure.
At least from my perspective. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. You're not alone in the anxiety field. I've never taken anxiety.
We know you're not an expert or you're not a doctor, but would you all believe she has a ton of content out there where she is explaining why she thinks doctors are wrong about her. So there's also that.
Those, do they really help or do they make you feel numb or high? Xanax is a rough experience for me. It really depends on the medication. The only medication that I've had like true success with is Ativan, unfortunately. Hydroxyzine was rough for me. It made me pass out and I just joked I can't have to be anxious if I'm asleep, exactly. Honestly, I feel like half the time that's the point of the medications. Yeah, so I got it through doctors.
I don't know if that's true. Y'all don't take your health advice from ChatGPT or Rosie Lynn Reed. You should definitely talk to a real life doctor.
So like that's why I said it's like I only use it in case of emergencies, because I don't know when I'll be able to see a doctor. I have a supply, because I've always when I was seeing a doctor, I would take it as needed, and they wrote the script to be filled every month. So I would fill it every month regardless. So I have some, like, on hand.
I was gonna ask, because I don't remember the last time I heard her talk about going to an actual doctor. I was like, how do you get this stuff, these prescriptions filled? Because usually, like, to continue having a lot of, like, antidepressant, SSRIs, things related to mental health in general, you usually do have to regularly meet with your doctor, at least to check in, before they will continue to just give you refills on prescriptions. So I was curious about that, but it sounds like she's just kept a stockpile.
But it's been, my supply's been getting cut low. Guys, I might need to hop off sooner than I thought. I'm feeling weird.
Okay.
I feel like it's showing in my energy. Yeah. Damn, I don't... Trazodone, I don't...
I do remember her bringing up trazodone, and I said, are you talking about the medicine I give to Poe that led to you saying that I was a neglectful parent? Oh, okay.
Suddenly not feeling good. Are you gonna get all dressed up the day you meet Remy? That's such a great question, because here's the thing. I'm gonna have to wear supportive shoes because I'm gonna be walking through an airport and doing all that stuff, and I'm gonna need to be comfortable. Thankfully, the flight's not crazy long or nothing. I could wear a dress like I am right now with shorts underneath it and be traveled a little more functionally, but I'm very limited on shoe options because of my feet issues from my prior fractured metatarsal on one foot, and that ankle is misaligned because they didn't put me in a splint, they put me in a boot that didn't fit, and the head charge nurse was very adamant the boot, and the nurse that was under her was like, this doesn't fit, and the head charge nurse was literally, and I quote, said, well, it's easier. So, and I was in so much pain, and I didn't understand how much, I was not educated enough to know just how much I would impact me in the long term. So my ankle...
Is this not the perfect example of what I just said? Which is, she'll be like, oh, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. But then it's like, oh, suddenly you know better than the medical professionals who were treating you. And now it's their fault. It's their fault that your ankle is hurt or whatever.
On both feet, but particularly over here, are a little fucked up. And I get feet pain really easily. Obviously, my weight's a factor, a big one at that. But then my knee in the past 6 months to a year has improved a lot. It doesn't bug me day to day like it used to as much. Took me years to get it to that place, but if I'm not careful, if I twist it the wrong way, it's really easy to re-injure.
Also, the way she's sitting right now is wild. She hasn't looked up at the camera in a minute. Also, it does dawn on me, like, girl, when you went to Vegas, that was apparently a wake-up call that you needed to do something because you couldn't be as mobile around the city of Vegas as you wanted to be. And granted, I'm guessing she'll have, like, access to a car or, like, that Remy will be able to drive her around and stuff, but... Girl, you've really made very little changes to your life since Vegas. And at the end of the Vegas series, she had this, like, big wake-up call, allegedly, about how she really needed to make changes to her life. I'm curious to see if any wake-up calls will happen on this little trip she's about to take.
So, just when I leave the house, I wear basically exclusively orthopedic shoes. So I have these orthopedic flip-flops that I really like. But over time...
Are orthopedic flip-flops a thing? That feels like the worst possible... Not like the idea of orthopedic flip-flops, but flip-flops in general just don't seem like a very structural type of shoe to provide, like, the support that somebody with bad feet might have. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. It just seems like that wouldn't be the go-to shoe for somebody who needs foot support.
Cause some foot pain, and those I like to wear with, like, cuter outfits, whereas I could wear my Fitville more closed-toed shoes that just don't look as good with dresses, but they're very functional. So I could wear leggings and, like, cami kind of look, or I could wear a dress.
Sure.
Like, I don't know what direction I want to go in, because functionality is really important, but I still want to look cute. Oh my god, he just texted me.
2,000 years later.
It says, Rose starts gathering prepping quiche ingredients around 1954. She actively cooks the filling mix on the stove by 1 hour and 3 minutes, assembles around 1 hour and 47 minutes, and puts it in the oven at about 1 hour and 55 minutes. It's done and checked at 2 hours and 36 minutes, Total hands-on time, including interruptions like chatting, approximately 2 hours and 17 minutes from start to finish. Pure prep / cook without breaks is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Is that it? Is that the end of the updates about it? Oh yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Alright, aren't you exhausted? Thanks so much for the condensed down version of the past 2 live streams that Rosie did. I really appreciate all the people in this community who put together those clips and make things a little bit easier to watch. Although I will say I did watch all of those live streams to begin with, so in the future, if necessary, I can also cover things like that. But there was a lot to get caught up with Miss Rosie. So I hope you're feeling caught up. I hope you're feeling caught up. Anyways, I should probably go, but thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did and you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I had so much fun today. I hope you did too, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!